On this session, we have two very special people. Dr. Veronica Johnson, co-pastor of High Point Union, right? Mm-hmm. And Kianna Horton, who's Mount Zion Temple in Hamilton. Am I right about that?
Yes.
Now, it's not pitching out of the question, but your sorority sister is now vice president. How do you feel about that?
Yes, I feel honored to have witnessed such a momentous occasion. I mean, I only can say that we're very proud of our sorority sister, but just to be able to be her sister in such a moment as this, it's really an honor.
But she's all about sister, right?
Yes, absolutely.
What do you mean, you, Veronica? I mean, you saw.
So my daughter is currently a student at Howard University. And so through my daughter, we are so very proud of our new Vice President, Kamala Harris. An absolutely amazing accomplishment for our country, not just for Black people, but for our country to be at this place.
It said that President Biden chose Kamala. Black women chose him. In South Carolina, when the stuff was in the fan, Black women chose him. So he honored the committee by getting a very qualified woman. That's significant about her is that there's no one questions her credentials. State Attorney General of California, one of every 10 Americans live in California, very qualified. And on the various hearings she was on, of course, was always so poignant to the point.
Yeah, and I believe that even as CNN posted this graphic of the diversity, even in his cabinet thus far, I think we can see a great difference already between the past president and our current president, just Biden, just from how he earnestly seeks to be very inclusive and making every race, every ethnicity feel as though they are heard and they are a part of America as anyone else. That's
the kind of Lyndon Johnson moment. When Kennedy was killed because the war was over. Because Johnson had a record as a kind of right-winger from Texas. The spirit touched him in such a way, he put forward more legislation than anybody since Lincoln. Mm. And so Biden seemed to me to be getting better than his own record, too.
Biden is starting off certainly on the right foot from his cabinet selections. We cannot forget, however, what has been revealed. And there are people who simply will not respond to the unity he is trying to bring forth. It's been revealed now. We know that 71 million or more, someone may have the right number, voted for Trump. Almost half of the nation. There are people who simply are not going to accept Biden. And so I think as a nation, we need to continue. We need to keep it real from this point forward.
Biden is in real danger, and Kamala.
I'm not so much concerned about their physical danger. I just simply don't want us to get caught up in the victory and forget what has been revealed.
Yeah. Well, because it manifests itself at the local level. I mean, these guys killing people, shoot them in the back and walking away. Because police are on another level than human beings. That's a problem. Have those mob on the January 6th, they were police.
Absolutely.
So it's so much so they think some congressmen were part of the deal.
Oh yeah.
As well as they took 12 National Guards away. This thing is pretty deep, Kianna.
Yeah. And I think Biden does a really good job at echoing peace. I think even in his speech, one thing that really stood out to me was that he said disagreement should not bring disunion. And I think even with so much violence that we have seen, even with the police force within the past few years, I think Biden is really adamant about bringing peace and justice to those who have been overlooked and have not received justice thus far.
The first priority right now has to be the end of this pandemic.
Absolutely.
We lost 400,000 people, but Trump lied about that.
Absolutely.
Even not doing mass social justice.
He lied this morning, and as he was preparing to leave, his final speech was lies even about taking credit for the vaccine and so forth. And so Biden and Harris and the cabinet and all of us have a lot of work to do to try to prevent ongoing loss of American lives due to this virus.
What strikes me about the virus, among other things, talk about Kianna, is that an African-American woman, Kizzy Corbett, the lead scientists on resolving it. That's so many Black people are too afraid to take the vaccine. Should not be, because it's highly scientific. Since that there's the ski scheme and take it back to this time around.
Mm-hmm. And I've heard from many different people, from nurses, from people who are in college, people of different levels of education or different sectors and fields that they work in. And from hearing so many people talk, you hear a lot of people afraid because they think of this conspiracy theory and thinking that, well, the government just wants to further control. I've heard different spectrums of it. I've heard people say that they were afraid because they didn't know how it was going to react with their bodies and how they were giving different types of vaccines in different locations. So I think the fear is very legitimate, but I do think that we should take a leap and receive the vaccine because we don't
all
want
of the school got a vaccination for smallpox.
That
Absolutely.
is true. That
And
is
all
true.
kinds of other
Flu shots.
diseases.
Yeah, we've all been exposed to those before. So.
And the other thing is that Cecilia was targeted to blacks.
Yep.
This pandemic is worldwide.
Yes.
Heads of state of Germany and Britain and Canada and the U.S. It's pretty big. So I think people should not choose superstition over science.
Absolutely. But my sister is exactly right. I've talked to people this week, even in my family, who refuse to take it. And so we have a lot of work to do to educate our people right at the dinner table about taking this vaccine to protect ourselves.
We should not be the first to die and the last to get medicine.
Absolutely. My hope is that Black doctors, Black pharmacists will go directly into the communities and begin to encourage our people to get the
I said to
vaccine.
Dr. Fauci the other day that you see Dr. Fauci and you see Redfield. You need some black faces making the case. It reinforces where we are now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When I took my test, so I had Dr. Corbett come here. But she's the lead scientist on it, a black woman. And she's taking it.
You took it. I watched you, and you're here. Amen. So
Let me express my thank you tonight watching Kianna, Horton.
Yeah.
Kianna, aka what I'm talking about. Thank you, doctor.
God bless you.
Be right back in just a moment. Thank you.